Breaking news from Old Trafford. Manchester United could be set for major January shakeups as Kobbie Mainoo faces a possible exit and Javi Guerra edges closer to a €20 million move to the Red Devils. Plus, there's a big update on Lisandro Martínez's injury comeback, a special look at Chido Obi's stunning rise, and the latest on Ruud van Nistelrooy's time before Ruben Amorim's arrival. Stay tuned, because today's episode dives deep into United's transfer strategy, Amorim's long-term plans, and how the team is shaping up for 2026. Man United transfer news. Kobbie Mainoo could leave in January if Red Devils complete £17.5 million midfielder deal. Manchester United are reportedly considering reigniting their interest in Valencia midfielder Javi Guerra during the January transfer window, with the Spaniard potentially available for as little as €20 million, £17.5 million. The Red Devils were heavily linked with Guerra over the summer, and at one stage the club were believed to be close to reaching an agreement with Valencia in order to bring him to Old Trafford. However, the 22-year-old ultimately signed a new deal at Mestalla, with his contract, which has a release clause of €100 million, £88 million, running until the summer of 2029. Guerra has contributed 2 assists in 13 appearances for Valencia this season, but he has only played the full 90 minutes on 2 occasions in La Liga during the 2025-26 campaign. There has been criticism of the Spaniard's overall performance level this term, and according to reports in Spain, Valencia are considering a sale during the January transfer window. Man United considering January move for Guerra. Los Che would allegedly be willing to let Guerra leave for as little as €20 million, £17.5 million, which has placed Man United on red alert approaching the start of 2026. Man United are far from the only club interested though, with Atletico Madrid and AC Milan said to be keeping a close eye on his situation at Mestalla. Guerra has scored 8 goals and registered 6 assists in 102 appearances for Valencia, and he is regarded as an all-round midfielder due to his ability to contribute from both an offensive and a defensive point of view. The Spaniard has scored 8 goals and registered 6 assists in 94 La Liga appearances, while he was capped on 22 occasions by Spain under-21s but is yet to secure a senior cap for La Roja. Could Guerra replace Mainoo at Man United? Kobbie Mainoo's future continues to be called into question, with Napoli expected to make a strong push to sign the Englishman, potentially on loan, during the January transfer window. Napoli midfielder Scott McTominay has allegedly urged the Italian champions to move for Mainoo, who is concerned by his lack of football ahead of the 2026 World Cup. Guerra's arrival in January could potentially open the door for Mainoo to leave, while Man United are also being linked with Atletico's Conor Gallagher ahead of the winter window. The Red Devils may also be in the market for a new striker in January due to a knee injury for Benjamin Sesko, although the extent of the striker's issue is still unclear at this stage of proceedings. Man United makes surprise Lisandro Martínez injury decision during international break. The Argentina international is on the cusp of his long-awaited return from injury. Manchester United have released defender Lisandro Martínez to train with the Argentina national team during the international break, despite the fact he is still in the final stages of his recovery from injury. Martínez has not played for United since suffering a serious knee injury in February, but he has now made his long-awaited return to club training as he nears a comeback which could arrive after this month's international window. Crucially, Martínez is not yet fit and was not called up to this month's Argentina squad, but he has traveled with the team and will spend the next 2 weeks training with Lionel Scaloni's side. The Manchester United defender will join the Argentine national team camp to train and continue his physiotherapy with the team's medical staff, a statement from the Argentinian Federation read. It should be noted that the player is unavailable for the friendly match against Angola. A formal return date has not yet been offered for Martínez. United manager Ruben Amorim predicted things to progress slowly just a few weeks ago. Why have Man United released Martínez for international duty? Clubs rarely allow their injured players to train elsewhere, such as the strict nature of modern medical procedures. Martínez has been given a recovery program by United's medical staff and the centre-back is clearly at a crucial point in his return plan. To allow Martínez to continue his recovery away from their watchful eyes is a surprising call but one which, according to the Daily Mail, was a calculated, measured decision. The belief is that Martínez would benefit from training, at a high level, with the Argentina squad, with United officials deciding that would be more useful than keeping the defender around the Carrington training ground for the next 2 weeks. If all goes according to plan, Martínez will return to United with a question for Amorim, who will soon be able to think about how to ease the 27-year-old back into action. United host Everton after the November international break and end the month with a trip to Crystal Palace. The hope is that Martínez will be able to earn even the briefest of cameos before ramping up his involvement over the hectic festive period. Chido Obi is passing every Ruben Amorim test with flying colors. Man United have a special talent. Amidst the improvement shown by the senior team this season, Chido Obi has flown under the radar, having gone back to the youth system, but he continues to pass every test under Ruben Amorim. When Chido Obi was poached from Arsenal in the summer of 2024, it kick-started the Ineos recruitment drive in youth circles in spectacular fashion. Man United were getting a potentially generational talent from their direct rival after a season where they finished 8th. It was widely expected that Obi had been made some promises about first-team progression, which came true as well, but what makes him special is the things he's done after his senior breakthrough. Chido Obi's baptism of fire at Man United. Everyone knew Obi was a serial goal scorer, as his record at the youth level was borderline video game-like numbers for both Arsenal and Man United. When Chido Obi first broke into Manchester United's senior team, things didn't go exactly as planned. Despite being one of the most hyped young forwards in England, his initial performances showed that he wasn't quite ready for the intensity and demands of top-level football. United's deep run to the Europa League final last season gave him plenty of chances, but it also exposed areas of his game that still needed polishing. After scoring twice in a post-season friendly, Obi took a step back, returning to the U21 squad to refine his craft. For a player of his reputation, that could have easily been seen as a setback. But under Ruben Amorim, who values humility, discipline, and development, it was viewed as a crucial stage in his growth. And Obi didn't disappoint. Instead of sulking, he embraced the challenge and dominated at youth level, scoring regularly against both academy sides and senior opposition. Coaches have praised his attitude and maturity, noting that he's transformed from a pure goal poacher into a well-rounded forward. Now Obi looks like a far more complete player. He's learned to drop deep and link up play, make intelligent runs to stretch defenses, contribute defensively when needed, and involve himself in the team's overall build-up rather than chasing easy goals. In short, Chido Obi has gone from a talented finisher to a multi-dimensional striker, and his development suggests that Manchester United might have something truly special on their hands. As a result, he's more ready than ever before for a first-team spot. Obi has survived the baptism by fire, gone back to the drawing board, and is now ready to be unleashed. Man United have handled Obi perfectly. What this spell with the U21s has done is take the spotlight away from a player who was on cloud 9 after his brace during the post-season tour last season. He has been allowed to silently work hard on his all-around game away from the scrutiny of the first team, and he's now a better player for it. Because of his immense youth pedigree, it is easy to forget that Obi is still in a position where he qualifies to play U18s football. To see him develop rapidly playing against seasoned pros shows that United have handled his progression perfectly. As the team hopefully gets European football back next season, United can safely go into that season with the knowledge that Obi is a genuine first-team quality player now. That's a remarkable feat to achieve at just 18. What he eventually will be is special. Man United's 11th and final Ruud van Nistelrooy match before Ruben Amorim's arrival. It has been exactly 1 year since Ruud van Nistelrooy ended his Manchester United interim spell on a high note. When Erik ten Hag was dismissed as Manchester United manager, club legend Ruud van Nistelrooy stepped in as interim boss to guide the team through a brief but eventful spell. The former striker managed 4 matches, securing strong results while United finalized the appointment of Ruben Amorim as the club's next permanent manager. After his short stint at Old Trafford, Van Nistelrooy accepted the Leicester City job, though his time at the King Power Stadium was brief and ended in disappointment as the team suffered relegation in the 2024-25 season. Looking back, Van Nistelrooy's final Manchester United starting 11 highlighted just how much the squad has changed in a year. His 4-2-3-1 formation included several players who are no longer part of the Amorim era. Names like Andre Onana, Marcus Rashford, and Rasmus Højlund, all of whom left the club in the summer. Substitutes Christian Eriksen, Alejandro Garnacho, and Johnny Evans have also since departed. In his final match, United ran out 3-0 winners, with Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho both getting on the scoresheet, alongside an own goal from Victor Christensen. Despite his positive spell as caretaker, Van Nistelrooy was not invited to join Ruben Amorim's coaching staff, as the new boss wanted him to pursue his own managerial career. Since leaving Leicester, the 49-year-old has been linked with several vacancies, including FC 20 in the Eredivisie, but remains without a club for now. His brief chapter as Manchester United's interim boss, however, is still remembered fondly by fans for the professionalism, passion and stability he brought during a difficult transition period. Since Ineos took over the club, Manchester United have not been afraid to make some major sales in the transfer market. Be it academy players or big-money stars leaving for less than they cost, Ruben Amorim's squad has a new look. It will be fascinating to see who leaves over the next few transfer windows. If United are looking to cash in on stars who don't fit Amorim's system, Diogo Dalot could be on that list. Dalot's limits in Amorim's system. It has not been easy for Dalot to adapt to Amorim's infamous 3-4-2-1 system. The Portuguese is a right-back by trade, but can operate on the opposite side too. This means the Red Devils' boss has relied on him playing as a wing-back. In principle this is fine, but the wing-backs in United's current system are essentially wingers. Often they are the furthest players forward when attacking, which is why traditional fullbacks like Patrick Dorgu and Noussair Mazraoui have struggled more than wingers like Ahmad. Dalot certainly fits into this category. The 26-year-old has played 45 times under his countrymen at Old Trafford, with every single one of those appearances coming as a wing-back. To break that down further, 22 have come on the right and the other 23 on the left, so it is an almost equal split. Certainly, the United number 2 has left a little to be desired creatively. He's only scored and assisted 7 goals, with his strike against Lyon in the famous 5-4 Europa League win an example of how high he can get as a wing-back. So, Manchester United fans, it looks like a busy January window is on the horizon. Could Javi Guerra's arrival mean the end for Kobbie Mainoo at Old Trafford? Will Lisandro Martínez finally make his comeback after months out? And is Chido Obi ready to explode into Amorim's first team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who should United sign or sell this winter? Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest United transfer updates and news from Old Trafford.